This is a quick look at the HARNDS Talisman, which was purchased from GearBest. It's a flipper design large EDC knife, and you could see here that it's a very nice, really smooth G10 handle scale on both sides, with a presumably as well G10 spacer, which is cut out, which does actually provide a little extra grip. Besides that, there is also jimping on the top of the blade, which I'll show you in a second. It has a funky pivot here, which is the H for the brand. It's okay though, because on the other side, if you needed to adjust the pivot, there's still a Torx bit there. It's flush, so it's nice when it goes in the pocket and it doesn't really bother you. Speaking of the pivot, you won't really need to, for my version anyways. The one that I got was perfectly centered for the blade, as you can see there, and it opens via the flipper, and it's on ball bearings, so it's pretty quick. Just like so. Has a drop point blade of AUS 8 steel, and it'll say right underneath the brand there, the model, sorry, Talisman. And it's a full flat ground, as I said, very good for slicing. And there's also a sharpener's trowel right there, if you care for that. In the hand, the ergonomics are outstanding. I have small size hands, even though this is a rather large size knife. It fits pretty well. It can accommodate much larger hands. Mine's, for reference, right here. I have that much left of the base, and the top is as so. So naturally, when I'm holding it, since my hands are pretty small, my thumb actually doesn't usually reach the jimping unless I purposefully put it up there. But in a natural grip, my thumb rests back here, where there's actually cutouts on the liner here. It's kind of chamfered even more so than the other sections. Just right there and there, which doesn't do much, to tell you the truth. I could have it or not, and I wouldn't really care. The jimping, when I put my thumb up there for a little more finer detail and control, it's very purposeful and very grippy. On the bottom side, for the liner lock, there's also the similar chamfering on the liner on the lock side, and that is to allow for a little more comfortable disengagement of the lock, as so. And just so you see it again, this is on ball bearings. It's very smooth. So you could see also, hopefully, that on the inside of this blade, it is milled out. These are rather thick stainless steel liners, so if it wasn't milled out, this knife would be considerably more heavy. For all the specifications on the weight and the dimensions, look in the description box. Just up there, you can see the cutouts. There's 4 that I can count on the non-locking side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on the locking side, there is 2. 1 and 2. For the lock, it's pretty good. There's no stickiness, and there's no blade play up and down, side to side. It's pretty solid. The lockup is pretty early on mine. I'd say it's probably about 25%. It's fine though, it gives it room to wear in. And I will now show you the pocket clip, which is just for tip up, and it should not be swappable because there's only one torque screw there, nothing on this side. So this is strictly for right-handed tip up carry. There's a large lanyard slot that you could fish some paracord or slightly thicker cord through should you desire. And I didn't mention this before, but on some flippers the jimping or the cutouts on the flipper section is a little abrupt and uncomfortable. This one's perfect. It doesn't hurt the thumb, and it provides enough grip so that when you push it out, it's pretty hard to fail. Inherently, flippers are pretty easy to open anyways, in my personal use, that is. And that is pretty much it. This was very reasonably priced, has decent materials, and so far it's been great. Highly recommended. I will show you something else to compare it to. One of my other land knives, which I'm quite fond of, the 910 Plus in the green G10 variation. That is on the top, and the HARNDS will be on the bottom. It's quite large, the HARNDS. I'll put that on the top actually. Line that up like so. Blade lengths. You can see the HARNDS is just a bit longer. Thickness, it's about the same, but the liners are quite thick. The one on the HARNDS is thicker, as you can see, considerably so. And that is it. Thanks for watching, and until next time.